Hello, my dear one in a millions. Welcome back to this YouTube channel. My name is Eunice Chan, and today I have something super out there to discuss with you guys. And for those of you who are like, Eunice, I like more of your practical stuff and your self-expression type of content, then this video might not be for you. But if you're like, oh my gosh, Eunice, I love your spiritual stuff. Just give it all to me. I want to experience all of it. I want to feel like just one with the infinite. I want to connect with myself. Then you are going to love this video. So one of the reasons why this topic came about today was because of a reoccurring theme in my life that I've just been experiencing. This going into this place of connected with the universe, connected with myself, connected to this infinite space, and the fear that comes along with it as well, and the feeling of contraction that comes along with it, along with some of my other clients that have been asking me the same questions. So I thought, well, if a lot of people are asking it, it's probably a sign that I need to talk about it. So here we are, and I want to address this, you know, as a means to give you validation that whatever it is that you're experiencing, yes, it is indeed real. It is valid. You are not crazy. And because a lot of times, like when we're in this place, it could feel like, I don't know who I can tell without sounding like I'm a crazy person. So it's totally normal for you to feel this way. And I just want to say, like, if you experience this in your life, congratulations, because it is one of the most expansive things that you can have in your lifetime. And so the way that it's come about for me, a lot of times it's through a meditation. It's usually through just being really still with myself, or listening to some kind of like cosmic binaural beats that brings me to a place of just so much stillness, so much calm, so much peace, and really feeling like my thoughts are melting away. And then all of a sudden, I'm there. So there's really no like transition. There's no intention of like going into this state. But a lot of times I'll accidentally find myself there. And then it's easy to feel this like contrastic experience of, oh my gosh, this is so big. This is so beautiful. There's nothing here, but there's also everything here. And so today I really want to focus on the feeling of that contrast, and also the fear of the nothingness and emptiness that it's very common to experience in that state, and also what to do about it. So let's first talk about the feeling of, you know, just the pure love and connection, because I think that ultimately as humans, we all want to feel that, you know, we want to feel that divine connection. We want to feel in touch with ourselves. We want to feel like just our divine nature. And whenever we do feel that, it's such a beautiful feeling. You know, it's such a comforting feeling to know that, wow, this is reality. This is indeed reality. Like, I'm not dreaming. I'm not crazy. Like, look at this. And everything is so vast. All the possibilities are there. Everything that I think, I manifested vividly in front of me. And I can see all the moving imagery. I can sense everything. I can feel the love. I'm surrounded by light. Or maybe I'm surrounded by specks of light. And I'm just in this infinite space of darkness. But it's just like dark emptiness. And I feel that this is more real than ever. Simultaneously, it's also normal for our human mind or chatter to step in and say, oh no, that's too good to be true. Oh no, you know, there's nothing here. You should be scared. What if you're bored? There's nothing. Listen, there's absolutely nothing. And there's all of this chatter that starts to happen because our Our bodies are not used to this feeling of bliss. We're not used to holding the sensation of just love and unconditional happiness and joy and just, you know, we're not used to it. And so our humans are really good at telling you, well, this is too empty. There's nothing happening here. There's nothing for you here. What are you going to do? Well, you've got to do something about it, right? You know it's supposedly good, but you know, how good could it be when you don't know what you can do with yourself? So this feeling, the way that I would describe it is like kind of feeling like the darkness and the space and the liberation, the freedom, kind of like being all four walls kind of closing in on you. And the fear is really the fear of, what if I'm really that powerful? What if I'm really that free? What if really, truly, there were no valid reasons to all of my excuses? What if all of my limitations that I've perceived in my human life are not real? Then my identity is going to crumble. Everything that I believed is going to come down. All my values, all my beliefs, all my resistance, all the things that I fought against my entire life, all the people that I could not forgive, all the grudges that I was holding on to, all the baggages that I was carrying that I didn't want to let go of, all that would have been for nothing. And so all of this is the ego fighting to stay alive, to stay active. And I find that it's really normal to have this contrasting experience, to simultaneously feel the infinite love, the infinite connection with yourself, and at the same time to feel so distant, to feel so unworthy, to feel so undeserving of this at the same time, and also to not know what to do about it. So moving on from this experience, because this can often feel really constricting. It can feel like, oh my gosh, like now I don't know what to do about it because it's so overwhelming. It feels really chaotic. My advice, and this is what I practice upon myself, and I have moved through this experience so many times already, and it's worked for me every time, is to allow myself to acknowledge that, oh yeah, I feel emptiness. I feel the nothingness. I feel the vast space of infinite possibilities. And I am aware that I'm uncomfortable. Okay, so I feel uncomfortable, and it's okay to be uncomfortable because I can sense the difference. I can sense the contrast. I can sense my human feeling its limitations and wanting to make its limitations valid, and it's okay. And at the same time, I can hold this space just a little longer to be comfortable, or at least to learn to be comfortable with this vast space of emptiness. I can learn to be comfortable with this space when I feel in touch with myself, when I experience the love. And I can just hold on to this a little longer. I can experience this and savor this. I can bask in this just a little longer. And even if I don't see anything, I don't hear anything, it's just darkness, there's nothing going through my mind, and I'm aware that nothing's going through my mind, it is okay. So I just let it be. I hold no expectations for this experience at all. And I find that when you hold no expectations for the experience, you don't try to force anything upon yourself, and you just allow the experience to be what is. And from that place, it's like, oh, there's such a relief to know that your experience doesn't have to be a certain way. You're not supposed to have to, take a big conclusion out of your experience. You're not supposed to have a big aha moment. And it is what it is. When I practice doing that, I practice like being fully in acceptance of the emptiness, of the boredom, of the nothingness, I can feel that sense of acceptance, like just coming back to myself. It feels like a really warm blanket just holding me, wrapping itself around me, and letting me know that it is safe. What that does is that it allows me to condition myself to know that this place is not a place for me to resist against. I can always come back to this experience. I can be in this place for as long as I want. I can always trust myself in this experience. And as a matter of fact, I build the trust upon myself to hold even more space for myself when I am in this space of infinite love and this place of being connected with myself and the universe. And there's this feeling of familiarity that is being developed. I feel safe here. I can relax here. I can come back anytime I want to and like hang out around here. And so this makes me want to go back, right? Because I don't have to feel chaotic every time I come here. I don't have to feel like I'm contracting because I feel so inadequate. I feel so out of control every time I come here. It's like, then I have something to look forward to. And when I go back, back into my own life and doing my task and doing my things, then it's really about bringing this sense of wholesome and completeness. this sense of wholeness and completion from this place back into my human life. It's all about reintegrating everything that I feel from this place, all the love, all the unconditional acceptance that I have for myself, really pulling from that experience and shining light upon my human life. Oh, this is how I can live differently. This is how I can breathe a little deeper. This is how I can trust a little more. This is how I can just let go of everything that it's like, oh God, that was so silly. I can just let go of that. I don't have to, hold on to that anymore. In this infinite place of abundance, I have everything. I don't have to fear any imaginary, illusionary scarcity that I put upon myself. I don't have to think about, struggle with any of those limitations that I think I have. Those are just some walls that I've put up around myself to protect myself from experiencing my light. And now that I've experienced my light, I can live that light in my human life. And so really is to allow yourself to trust and surrender into the experience, and to trust that the experience itself is enough. Because oftentimes when we have such a big spiritual expansion moment and we open up our hearts and we feel connected with the divine, it can feel like, I need to do something about this. I need to work it out. I need to have some kind of conclusion. I need to have derived something. I need to have had an insight, right? And then that's how we create expectation. So if you allow yourself to drop all expectation and just accept the experience for what it is, accept the emptiness for what it is, accept if it's love, if it's bliss, if it's whatever beautiful experience that you feel, accept it for what it is. You don't have to have derived an action plan like step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after I experience infinite love. Okay, it means that I need to do this. That's not how it works. It's all about infusing yourself, imbuing yourself in that light, basking yourself in that love, holding space for that vast infinite possibility that surrounds you, understanding your divine nature, getting really acquainted with it, getting up close and personal with it. And then breathing that same breath of energy back into your life. And my friends, this experience and this way of holding the space has truly profoundly changed my spiritual experience, because it no longer is something that I have to fear. It's no longer something that I feel like I have to avoid because I feel so small in comparison to it. It feels like, oh my gosh, there's just excitement. I feel like every time I go there, I want to stay here. I want to hang out some more. I just want to bask in my own light. I want to get acquainted with myself. I want to get comfortable here. And there's just really nothing but love and acceptance for that kind of experience without anticipating what's going to come after it. It is just being in the present moment itself. So I hope you guys find this video helpful to surrender yourself into this experience, to connect yourself more deeply and profoundly with your own divine nature, and just being able to enjoy this experience, because that's what it's really about. So thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. Thank you for spending this time with me. And until the next time, take care, and I love you all.